6 o'clock. We're going to drop in the topic for today, which is what are the most challenging things that you face to grow your speaker business? Today's topic is what are the most challenging things that you face growing your speaker business? We're going to talk about that and many other things as we have our students logging on to our platform. I just want to let everybody know it is a very exciting time around speaker focus right now. We are making changes every day. We are upgrading. We are moving to other platforms. We are getting better on every level of the game. We hope you are doing the same as well. It's all to be of service to you and make sure that we provide the best service experience in the world. We have created the most powerful platform for speaker marketing ever created in the history of business. And as you are a maverick or you are a pioneer in the industry, you will experience some travesties, some setbacks, some difficulties, some obstacles, some technical issues. But wait, watch this. We get it, every one of them worked out. There is no mountain we can't climb. There is no hill that we cannot conquer. We are built for it, and we are very happy to have you on our platform. Me being your fearless leader and facilitator in this call. Remember, today I'm going to be facilitating questions for a solid hour, maybe even more, about what are the biggest challenges you face in your speaking industry. So without further delay, I want you to jump right in. If you have any type of questions, please put them in the chat box. Use the raise hand feature and we will unmute you. Let's go live with the biggest challenges that you face in growing your speaker business. Karis Reed, hey, hello, Karis. Karis is always so warm. Karis, if you want to be the first one up to ask a question, by all means, let's jump in. So before I get some people that raise their hand, I want to share something with you about, I always have a story that pops up in my head, as I'm talking to our coaching students, as I'm returning emails, as I'm having conversations with people about growing their speaker businesses. And these stories that pop up are, winding back the clock and perhaps going back to when I didn't know anything about speaking. And, I want everyone to know it doesn't matter what level you're on. You could be on a $100 million level of a business model like me and Auston are following that right now, and you're going to have challenges. When we first launched our sales funnel, there were challenges. Understand that this is just part of the game. It's part of the speaking industry, is part of running a business. And you've got to be well equipped and prepared to hurdle over top of those obstacles, go around them, tunnel under them, or just flat out just break through your barricades that you're dealing with. So today we're going to be talking about the challenges that you're facing, the biggest ones. I mean, these are mental roadblocks a lot of times. A lot of times our students are not executing with their goals, with their speaker goals. You're not executing because there is some kind of blockage in your way. And let's just put the money aside, because I'm a firm believer in, if you keep telling yourself you can't afford something, then you won't be able to afford it. The powers of the subconscious mind I'm talking about, your subconscious mind is very powerful. So you have to learn to recondition your mind with positive thoughts, and your speaker business will start going in the direction that you need to go in. Now, that being said, I can remember when it was not easy for me. It wasn't easy at all to not only to start the business, but to grow it. We reach these points when we don't have access to the right kind of information, we get stuck. This is why we created the platforms. So I'd recommend anytime you get stuck, or you have a distraction, or you have some type of mental hurdle that's in the way, I want you to simplify. What I see students do too many times is they're overthinking. Why are we talking about module 6 when you haven't even got the homework assignment done from module 1? You've got to go through module 1 and then go through the homework, do the assignments. As I'm asking students and they're reaching out asking me questions. See, this is what you got to understand. You want to try to ask the coach the questions and you haven't even done the homework assignments, or you haven't really made a valid attempt to jump in there and do the work. This happens all the time. This happens all the time on all levels. Doesn't matter if the coach and student just started. It doesn't matter if they're getting ready to go to market and start booking speaking engagements. And every place in between, we seem to have people overanalyzing. So what are the biggest challenges that you're facing? This is why we're here every single Monday, to help you overcome these hurdles, help you overcome these obstacles. I'm hearing somebody that doesn't have their mute on. Is that you, Troy? I knew I heard something. Okay. The biggest challenges that you face in your speaker business. I'm here to answer your questions. So if anybody wants to drop the questions right there, feel free. Let me continue. What are the biggest challenges that you could be facing in the speaking industry, just growing your brand? Last week we talked about building a brand. What does it take for the brand to have sustainability? I apologize, we missed last week, the week before last. We talked about sustainability with your brand. These are all things that feel like you're in a very, very rocky boat. So you're going to keep running into these challenges until you get in the groove of learning how to manage your schedule on a day-to-day basis. Then you are in a situation where you don't know what to do. But this is why we're going to be adding content to the Speaker Focus platform. This is why I'm going to be dropping videos, doing other lessons and masterclasses inside of the platform, interviewing people. We have all of these things coming up. We're going to roll it out eventually, and you're going to have access to all this information. Excuse me. So the key is making sure that wherever you are in your business model, excuse me, I've been talking all day. Excuse me. Excuse me, everybody. I'll be right back. I need to grab something to drink. Ah. Thank you for your patience. I had to go grab a kombucha. Okay, let's see. We got a question. Karis, how to make a professional update speaker reel when live events are postponed and you don't have speaking engagements to record you in action? Okay, great question, Karis. This is another one of those things where I call it a workaround. Excuse me. Karis, this is a workaround. Now, the speaker video demo is one of the most vitally important tools to grow your speaker business. So with that being said, give me a quick second. With that being said, the website with one call to action, the speaker info kit, and the speaker video demo are the primary sales tools. Now, Karis has a question about the speaker video demo. What if you don't have any live footage of you speaking? Well, that's a question that comes up a lot with people that just get into the game. They don't have any speaking engagements at all. So what you want to do, Karis, is a talking headshot. Put the camera maybe here on up. And then you're going to sit in front of the camera and you can do some real basic editing. You can do an intro and you can do an ending. But in the middle, you are going to sit up there and talk about your signature programs. For example, hello, everyone. My name is Kevin T. Robertson, CEO of Focus Strategy Seminars. I teach people leadership strategies. Let me reset that. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kevin T. Robertson, CEO of Focus Strategy Seminars. I teach people leadership strategies that magnify success. I have 5 basic keys I share with everyone to stay focused on leadership development. Key number 1 is, boom, and you give key number 1. You can just do a talking headshot. What are you talking about? You don't have any footage. You can take footage from your phone every single day. Some of you are overthinking it. Oh, I got to have an audience. But you don't need anything. Use this. This is the best radio and television station ever. I remember when I was chasing radio and TV deals back in the 90s, even maybe into the early 2000s. I wanted to be on TV so bad. I had a television and a radio show, but I wanted a major network show. You know what? I don't give a damn about that now. Because guess what? The internet is more powerful than the television. The internet is more powerful than radio. The internet, like when you do a podcast or something, it can go out to millions and millions and millions of people. You can grow your following organically. So for all you people out there overthinking it, this is one of the biggest challenges that people face growing their speaker business. They overthink it. They're doing way too much thinking about stuff they don't even know. So here's the situation. Karis, if I know you have experience speaking, so you can take some of the footage you can take some of those clips and you can roll it in there. Now, what is that going to cost? That's going to cost you to hire an editor so they can take the existing footage you have along with the talking head shot about your signature programs, and you can create your speaker video demo like that. See, what you got to understand is this. The conference coordinator may not make their decision based upon seeing you live. But you sure as hell want to be able to show them some form of video. And you can do a talking headshot for your speaker video demo. A lot of our students are getting great results by doing talking headshots. And I'm talking very basic editing in either iMovie or, one of your softwares that you have that come with your computer, whether or not you're Mac-based or whether or not you're PC. You have to make sure that you got your head in the game and that you're going to come up with alternative ways to still get your alternative ways to get your project done and tap into resources so you can still stay on track. Because a lot of people are just staying stuck in one spot. Karis, if that makes sense to you. Okay, wait a minute, hold up. Karis, okay, I got it, because I had two old ones, just thought they had to be recent. Thank you, consider it done. Okay, no, they don't have to be recent. I don't give a damn if the footage was from 10 years ago. The conference coordinator doesn't care when you recorded it. They just want to be able to see you in action. Watch this, everybody. Illustration beats conversation. They don't want to talk to you first. They want to look at your sales tools. And listen, you have to start focusing on this stuff, and you got to act like your life depends on getting these projects done. That's the only way that this stuff is really going to get done. I'm talking, there are so many details to launch your speaker business, to grow it, to get it off the ground, to learn the game. There's so much content inside on the Speaker Focus platform within all 6 of these modules. You've got to keep studying. I mean, are you giving up like this when you take a 4-year degree? You want me to tell you why? This is how you have to look at it. When you take a 4-year degree, they make you come to class or you're not going to pass. See, this is about you being self-sufficient. And a lot of you are dragging your ass and not getting things done because you don't have anybody there. That's why some people don't show up on the group call on Monday. You know why? Because they don't want to be held accountable. You know why? Because they are distracted. I am so sick of people talking about COVID. I've had it up to here. You got to start finding something else to talk about. When people talk to me about COVID now, I just tune out. I mean, okay, we know what to do. Wash your hands, wear your mask, social distancing. You see the signs in the store. I mean, damn, how much more do you have to talk about? You need to get your head involved in the speaking game. And if you're thinking about anything, I already told you, I don't care about anything. People ask me, they ask us a question directly on our Facebook ad. Hey, this is what they hit me with. Hey, brother, are you talking about some of the social? No, because I'm not a social speaker. No, I don't talk about that on my social media because I choose not to. It doesn't mean I don't have an opinion. I have an opinion. I just don't talk about it on my social media. I don't want my message getting watered down. I want our coaching students getting the information that they need. I suggest you start doing the same thing on your social networking. Whatever your topic is, that's what I need to see you talking about all the time. And for those who are talking about they don't have any video, Or for those who are talking about they don't have any content, you better start producing content quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because one thing about it is whether or not you like sales or not. See, many of you don't like selling. You're still uncomfortable with it. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me see. Okay, Kara's got something. All right, that's a question for Auston. One sheet, JPEG. Someone did my speaker one sheet in a JPEG, and Wix won't let me attach it as a document. Do you know how I can convert it to a downloadable document? Yes, Karis. Whoever did your speaker one sheet should have converted it into a PDF. And Wix will probably allow you to upload it. So go back to the graphic designer, tell them you need your speaker one sheet in a PDF format, and then you should be able to upload it to Wix. You got to watch these graphic designers. Some of them are rushing. You're hitting the wrong. You're very welcome. You're hitting the wrong download button. Tell them to go back. I need my document converted into a PDF, not a JPEG or a GIF or a TIFF image. You need it as a document. You're very welcome. Listen, let me get back to talking to our group. What are the biggest challenges that you're facing about growing your speaker business? All right. What are the biggest challenges? I can tell you some of the biggest challenges that you're going to face growing your speaker business is you are not putting it all on the line for what you believe in. This is your dream. These are your goals. These are activities you're supposed to be doing every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not getting involved in the activities that you're supposed to be doing to grow your speaker business, I simply have no sympathy for you. What do you want me to do? Feel sorry for you because you're not putting in the work? This is why speakers fail, because they don't want to take care of the finite details. All it is stages after stages and steps after steps and more work after more work and more work after more work. You've got to build your entire speaker business out first. Then you will be ready and prepared to go speak to target buyers. You will be ready to talk to them in a language that they understand. All of these are processes. So another thing I hear is that, another thing I observe in dealing with hundreds of coaching students over the years. The biggest thing I have experienced in working with coaching students who are growing their speaker businesses is they make too many excuses. Instead of sitting in the hurt that it's going to take to get the work done and a massive to-do list, they would rather go work on something else that doesn't require them to feel as uncomfortable. And I'm telling you that it's going to require you to feel uncomfortable a lot. But if you just keep your head down and focus on the work, focus on the task at hand, then over a period of time, you start realizing that these things that I'm asking you to do, and here's the thing. You have me and Auston here to answer these questions. If you can send the questions right through our private coaching platform. And when you send those questions, we answer them in real time within a 24-hour period. So there's no such thing as you don't have access to the information on this platform. That is not the case. The case is that let's talk about some of the challenges of self-motivation. Let's talk about self-determination. Let's talk about procrastination. Let's talk about people getting off their assets and doing something with their dream. How bad do you really want it is the real question. I mean, when it all boils down to it, you got to really ask yourself a question. You got to ask yourself the question, am I doing the steps? Am I willing to do the work? Because if you're not, perhaps you need to decide on something that you're very passionate about. But if you say you're passionate about speaking the way you told me to, the way you told me, the way you're telling your friends and your family members and your coworkers, if you say you're really passionate about it, then damn it, do something. Do the work. It's not going to get done because listen, praying alone is not going to do it. Wishing and hoping and dreaming is not going to cut it. I'm talking about these are why we have action items. But the action items make you feel uncomfortable. But the more action items you check off your to-do list, eventually you're going to start growing your business, and it's going to grow, and it's going to be everything you need it to be. And this is why I push so hard. See, if you don't have a system of accountability, if you don't have anyone pushing you hard, you're going to wind up with nada. You're not going to wind up with anything. I see it too many times. People, you got to stop talking so much. Remember, motivational speakers talk too much. Professional speakers let the sales tools do the talking for them. Your speaker video demo is a sales tool. So, Karis, by the way, you should be sending me your speaker video demo. You should be sending me examples of your signature programs so I can critique your video. I can make sure the background is right. I can make sure it's professional. And then let's see how we can improve on it. It may not need any improvement at all. Some of my coaching students are really, really surprising me with their speaker video demos. I mean, they are pulling out all the stops. These are the people that's ready to go to market. See, they realize that sometimes you got to spend a little bit of money to make it look on a whole nother level. And some of these people are doing the work themselves. Let me explain something to you. In order to neutralize these challenges in the world of professional speaking, very simply put, the more skills you have, like graphic design and technical skills and editing skills and all these things, all you're going to do is keep that in-house and save money. I'm very fortunate. The billboard that you see right there, I designed that billboard. All the graphics and stuff. Well, Auston designed the logo for Speaker Focus. This looks real clean. Auston designed that. But a lot of the graphics and stuff that you see for Speaker Focus, or you saw in my prior for me touring for years, all the stuff for the Kevin T. Robertson show, I did all of that stuff. I designed all my PowerPoint slides, So that's an additional skill that really not only does it save me money, and even though I outsource some of this stuff to our team, but it saved me money over the years. And then guess what? Another thing it really did. When I learned how to design things in PowerPoint, when I learned how to work, I do basic editing and graphics and things of that nature, I would spend hours, not watching TV, hours in front of the computer, clicking, testing, designing graphics, trying to get better. If I show you some of the stuff I designed when I first started, it was horrible, but you have to start somewhere. Okay, Karis. Okay, oh yes. I had done it, but stop. Yes, sir. I'm on it next week. Okay, on it next week. Next week when, Karis? I couldn't figure out how to design in PowerPoint. Okay. Yeah, it's tricky to design in PowerPoint. I mean, I've learned to master it, and I'm gonna teach a class on it one day coming up in the future. But PowerPoint is not easy. You have to spend hours. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Hours when I was watching TV or reruns of some sitcom that I've seen a million times. You gotta stop that kind of shit. This is what I'm talking about. You have to stop that kind of activity. What about your thousands and thousands of repetitions inside of Microsoft PowerPoint? If you want to learn how to use these programs, okay, this week, Wednesday, that's what I'm talking about. Wednesday. So Wednesday, Karis, needs to be the deadline. I want you to upload it through school so I can see it. A deadline is a forcing system of accountability. If you just tell me next week, guess what next week is for a lot of y'all? Now, Karis, I'm not talking about you because you've been focused the moment that you stepped into this coaching program. All right. I know it's a whole bunch of stuff you still don't have figured out, but you may not have it all the way right, but you sure as hell don't have it all the way wrong. And we're going to keep on helping you. I'm talking about those of you who let next week turn into 6 months. You let it turn into 30 days. You let it turn into 2 weeks. Yes, I'm talking to your ass because you aren't doing the work. The students who I'm most proud of are the ones who you can see their body language is like this when they came into the coaching program. Head held down, and now they look like this. They're standing upright, chin is up, they're proud. These are proud moments for me and Auston on the Speaker Focus platform to create an opportunity for you to learn how to grow your speaker business. But like I said, what I got a to-do list longer than my arm that Auston has us working on every single day. He has his job to do. I got my job to do. And I'm on the phone all the time as well. You see how my voice just, I mean, I had to go run and get something to drink. Do you hear me complaining? No. But you know what you do? Leave the platform, go to the refrigerator right over there by the bar, and you pick up something and you come back. Some of you using too many excuses. Okay. This week, Wednesday, that's right. That was me, head down, coming in now. I'm confident. That's right. When you start doing the work and you get results, why wouldn't you be confident? All you're going to do is keep hitting obstacles. And it's our job, excuse me, it's our job to give you the tools, the resources, the strategies, the tips, the tools, the techniques, the steps, give you all of the pillars, all of it, to lay the proper foundation for your speaker business so you can grow. The most frustrating thing for me, being your speaker coach, is you just want to make sure that people understand that it's possible to grow this business. And you can have a tremendous amount of success when you build it the right way. So if you want to go from sad to confident in this business, or you want to go from frustrated to confident, then you've got to do the work. This is why we have the calls every single Monday. So you can understand that this is why speakers fail, because they don't deal with the challenges. Today's call is all about dealing with the biggest challenges you face to grow your speaker business. And as I was just going over this yesterday, one of our top coaching students from our old one-on-one coaching program, we were going over the to-do list and getting all her outreach documents ready. And I mean, it's tedious, okay? Some of this shit will drive you crazy. But you got to be willing to sit there and just stay focused. Forget about TV. Forget about your friends who are going to help you do this shit anyway. Forget about your family. They can't help you, okay? This platform can help you. So I suggest you follow the steps, go back in there and look at the modules. Okay, Miss Tinamarie Rodriguez said it's painful. Tinamarie, can you, Tinamarie said, yeah, the shit hurts. Tinamarie, can you enable your audio? Because you are a prime example of what happens when you put your head down and you fight through the pain. Because listen, if you could you be willing to share. Oh, you need to unmute. I'm sorry, Tina. Auston, I can't see Miss. Oh, I see her. I'm sorry. I see her. Don't worry about it. Okay, allow to talk. Miss Tina. Miss Tinamarie speaks. I unmuted you. Can you hear me? Okay, let me see. You need to unmute. Okay. Okay, Troyer, Tina says she can't. Oh, there it is. Okay, got it. Miss Tina.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Miss Tinamarie speaks, LLC.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir.
I'm doing super fantastic, Tina. How are you?
I'm blessed. Tired, but blessed.
Okay, now, Tina, today's call, and I appreciate you chiming in, and it's very timely, Tina, because I know we are getting all your outreach documents together, and you have overcome a lot of challenges. And today's Monday Zoom call is all about overcoming challenges that we face in growing our speaker businesses. It's never easy. When you first came into the coaching program, Tina, there was not a lot of things that you knew about the marketing piece in specific. You had strong facilitation skills and you had a tremendous amount of experience. However, you were going through a lot, and you know, we've seen you grow so much. this is what I want, because we had this conversation recently. And I believe a lot of people just simply do not understand the magnitude of the checklist that's going on to get things done. Listen, there's things that me and Austin owe clients, and we have to make sure that when those clients are ready to go to market, we have to really get real focused and then double down to make sure those things are complete. And we want to do it, especially when the student has a hard deadline, a hard timeline. So could you just help our platform understand why has it been so painful for you to work on these to-do list and the things to grow your speaker business, and how have you handled that pain or dealt with it?
The best way, when I first started, as you said, sir, I knew nothing about the speaking industry. Yes, I had facilitation skills. I had a lot of experience. There was also a lot of self-doubt that ruled. I overthought a tremendous amount of work. That was the biggest hurdle. Get out of your own way.
Excuse me, Miss Tina. Could you tell me, when you say you were overthinking, could you elaborate on that? Overthinking, what does that do when you overthink?
You doubt yourself. You begin to second guess yourself with your homework. You begin to second guess yourself at all, which leads to procrastination, and you go into a dark space, or however you want. You stop. You don't even begin to try to work through things.
Tina, when you go into overthinking, what am I going to say to you when you're overthinking, or I'm not getting my homework assignments?
You want to quit? Exact words verbatim. To be fair, let's it works for you, fair for us. The first thing you'll say is just send out your email. Can I have my homework assignments, please? Then you get a nice phone call. Hey, how's everything going? Where's my homework? By the third time you don't get your homework, do you want to quit? You sure this is for you? It's okay if you want to quit.
I mean,
it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Go do something. No, you say, go do something else. It's not like you give a choice.
Yeah.
It may just be too hard. It's okay. Those were your exact words, verbatim.
Yeah. And guess what? And Tina said, no, I am not going to.
Hell no.
Hell no, I'm not going to give up. And every time it got hard, she was able to overcome the challenge. Let me ask you another question, Tina. As we're preparing all of your outreach documents right now, what has been the biggest challenge when you looked at all the to-do lists that you had, and what's been the biggest thing for you to do to handle thus far with preparing all your outreach documents and just checking everything off your list?
It's just time management. The biggest thing has been time management. You have to keep your head down. You can't even pick up your head. Forget, like you said, TV, forget family, forget friends. If this is what you want, then go for it. Go for it. If it's not, then step away and let somebody else take the space. Because it's not easy. Everything on my to-do list has a priority. And it has to be taken one step at a time. It's not impossible, but it's doable.
Yeah. The way I say it is difficult, but not impossible.
Exactly.
Definitely. How are you feeling about your outreach documents? I understand you have the venues are starting to open up a little bit, so you have a speaking engagement coming up in September. How are you feeling about everything right now with preparing for your speaking engagement coming up in September?
I am truly, to say it in 2 words, I am truly excited and blessed by every single document that I have, everything that thus far that I've learned from you and Austin. I'm just so grateful. I mean, that's something that I always am, but this truly personifies what grateful is.
Mm-hmm. Well, we definitely appreciate it, and you're well worth the time. We have a lot of students who are coming up on some deadlines, and they want to get on the phone and start marketing themselves. And we're going to do that. Say it again.
I'm sorry, you can't do that. I mean, you have to take it one step at a time, because there's so many to interject. There's so many moving pieces to this whole industry, more than I've ever known. Mm-hmm. And that I know there's more to learn.
Okay.
So to all the students, to all the students, just keep your head down and keep working. It's well worth it at the end. There's light at the end of the tunnel. There sure is.
Okay. Miss Tina, thank you so much. And listen,
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. Thanks for sharing your comment. Ericka has a comment as well. Ericka, could you elaborate on your question a little bit more? Let me mute Miss Tina and then unmute Ericka. Ericka, I'm not sure if I understand your question. You said is this a private program that you're referring to? I got on late due to a hailstorm. Could you elaborate? What are you referring to? Ericka, are you there? Ericka, are you there?
Who goes next, guys?
All right, let me see. Okay, Ericka. Ericka, can you hear me now? Oh, she said she's referring to the homework. I can't hear her. I unmuted her and everything. I can't hear. Ericka, could you be a little bit more specific? What homework?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, Ericka, I definitely hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I'm
How are
sorry.
you?
Okay, so
How you been?
what I'm thinking when the lady is referring to homework is either I haven't gotten to that part of the program yet, or is she referring to a different program with you that's one-on-one where you give her homework?
No, the
I
Ericka,
was saying
and
I
that's
got on
Ericka.
late.
No,
Yeah.
it's okay. Ericka, that's a great question as we are dealing with the many challenges that you face with growing your speaker business. Ericka,
Yes.
it's always homework. How about that?
Okay. Okay, that's
It's always something that you should be doing. There's a checklist. If you go through the modules,
yes.
let me ask you a question, Ericka. Have you gotten to your signature programs yet in module number 1? Have you started creating your headlines, topics, titles, and descriptions? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay. Have you submitted them through our private coaching platform so I can review them?
No, I haven't done that.
Okay. Why haven't you? Are they not complete?
No, yes, they're complete. I have just like a page that someone created for me, which just details what it's called and not all the details of the program itself, but I do have that in my notes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So it's a worksheet that you can download in module number 1. You're supposed to refer back to my speaker info kit. Have you created, Ericka, let me ask you this. Have you created, just answer me yes or no. See, this is going to be some homework.
okay.
Because typically when people don't turn in the homework and let me see it, why are you giving it to the graphic designer before you need to let me review your language? How do you know that your language is going to connect with the target buyer?
Okay, great question.
Do you know for sure?
Yes, how about the fact that before I signed on, I already had this program created. So,
okay, great. Okay,
yeah, so
great.
I haven't submitted it because I wanted to start going through the program to do my own little check off to see where I am at the point of submitting it to you. So I wanted to educate myself a little bit and get into, well, I'm only in module 2 now, but now that we're having this conversation, I'll send it. I should have already sent it. Absolutely.
All right, let me ask you a question, Ericka. Are you an author?
Yes.
Right. This is what authors do. They say, I know how to write. I'm an author. Okay, great. Let me ask you this. Do you feel like you have world-class marketing copywriting skills? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, that's why you should submit it to me so I can see it. I've serviced thousands of conference coordinators. I know how they think. There's been hope. We're not even talking about the speaking engagements that I went after that I didn't get. And I still talked to the conference coordinator, still found out something. People, if you're not submitting your signature programs to me, I don't know what you're doing with your time. It's my job, Ericka, to go over your signature programs to make sure, forget about what you think. It's about how those signature programs connect with the target buyer. See, this is a trap that we fall into when we're an author. Oh, I know how to write, so I know my stuff is straight. Have I checked it off yet? Then you know it's straight.
Okay.
I'm not going to lead you out to battle without enough ammunition in your gun. That's what you
I
paid
don't
me
believe
for.
I don't believe you will. I don't believe if I wouldn't be here if I thought that. So
I
that's
know
good.
that. I know, Ericka. I'm just saying I just have to say things like that because one of the challenges is, again, one of the challenges that we face as professionals is we fall into these traps. Oh, I'm an author. I know how to write. No, do you know how to write copy? Do you have world-class copywriting skills? Because this comes down to marketing.
Yes, it does. And you're absolutely right. And no, I don't.
Everything you're doing in your business is going to come back to marketing. Watch this, Ericka. The way you design your signature programs have got to speak to the target buyer in a language that they understand. That language needs to be very specific. That's why I created the headline formula. That's why you're creating the headlines, the topics, the titles, and the descriptions. And a lot of most speakers, I've only had maybe 5 to 10 instances with, I'm talking thousands of these things that I've reviewed. 5 to 10 instances where I didn't need to touch one word. You know why? Because the people had exceptional writing ability just like me. That's the only time I didn't need to touch it. But most of the time I have to look at it and it needs to be changed. A lot, what I see in a lot of people's signature programs, and why do you think we deal with this in module 1? This is the most uncomfortable you're going to feel in the entire coaching program. Until you get to the point where you're like Tinamarie, or I see Rufus Washington is on as well. Rufus he's at the back end. We're wrapping up with little knick-knack things on the website. All of the his speaker info kit is getting finalized. All of these things. Rufus has an amazing, Rufus, can you do me a small favor if you're hearing me? Can you please upload your speaker video demo to our platform through school whenever you get the opportunity? Either have you or your assistant do it. His speaker video demo is amazing. All we did was just point him in the right direction. He took the initiative. See, this is what I'm talking about for a lot of you. He took the initiative to take the extra, go the extra mile and make his speaker video demo is outstanding. It's my job to be able to say, oh, it's horrible. He sent me over, by the way, in all fairness, Rufus sent me over probably 3, I want to say 3, maybe to 5 versions. And the first one wasn't the best. He was just chilling, standing in the corner. But you know what he did? He just wanted me to hear his signature programs. What are we talking about on this call, Ericka? The biggest challenges that people face in growing their speaker businesses. And a lot of times people are getting in their own way. How you gonna hold you know what? You don't even want to get it graded a lot of time. And Ericka, I'm not saying you in specific, but some of the students don't want to upload. They don't want to upload to Ericka because they don't want to deal with the rejection. Well, I tell you what, it's better to deal with me than to deal with the conference coordinator that got a check in her hand for $5,000+.
I'll believe that too.
You just listen. I don't care how many questions you ask me, as long as you ask it through our private coaching group. I don't care what you upload. It's our job to check it. And Ericka, if nobody else is there in the platform that day and you want to get all the attention for yourself, then guess what? Then I'll give you all the attention for that day. I don't care. I'm here with you every single step of the way. So just keep your head down as you get questions, even if you're not sure. And I break it down. And let me ask you this, Ericka. What are you learning thus far about taking the online modules? What are you learning about the curriculum and how it's guiding you?
I'm learning that you have to hone in on what it is that you can offer, because although we all feel that we're skilled in more than one area, we have to appeal to the audience and what they need from us. So we have to be able to be specific in what we're doing.
Correct.
I did write down when you, I think it was the call before, because the week before last week, when you were speaking to the other lady about time, I wrote my time down, and really ended up with maybe 6 hours after work and everything
Okay.
that I can attribute to my homework and everything I have to do. So realistically, I just told myself I have to at least do 2 hours a day, like
Okay.
out of 6, because 2 hours will fly by.
It will. It really will, especially when you have a to-do list in front of you. So here's the key. I want to go over this with you, Ericka, because when you turn in your homework assignment and you upload the document through school, these need to be organized. The bullets need to be organized. And there's a worksheet right there in module 1 that you can download to make sure that it's turned in the right way. I want you to refer back to my speaker info kit. Are you still with me, Ericka?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Now, on the first page is the signature program page. Okay? That means you should have 4 of your headlines. No, I apologize. You should have your mainstay headline at the top. For example, mine is leadership strategies that magnify success. And then you're going to have 4 of your topics of your signature programs. On the signature program page, Ericka, you should have 3 bullets under each one of those titles. That will double as your speaker 1 sheet. Do you understand?
Yes.
The next page is going to be your bio. It's going to be 8 questions you're going to answer to fill in the information about your bio. That means it's going to be in all chronological order. There's a bio formula in there for a reason. Then you're going to go to page number.
Oh, shoot, my phone just died. Damn.
Ericka, you okay? Ericka. Uh-oh, I think Erica's phone just died. We're having some technical difficulties. Rufus Washington, if you can connect with me through audio, I got a quick question that I need to ask you about your speaker video demo. If you would, please. I'm gonna let me see. I'm gonna mute Ericka, and I'm gonna unmute Rufus. Allow Rufus to talk. Rufus, are you there?
Yes.
Rufus, how are you, boss?
I'm doing fine. Could be better.
Absolutely. Hey, listen. So Rufus, your speaker video demo was so amazing, and I'll be honest with you, I was very shocked. I wanted to know if you would share with our platform, and I was shocked because the first version that you sent me, Rufus, you were just kind of like in the corner, and you would just say your signature programs, and I didn't know that the speaker video demo was going to go to that level. So what was the vision behind that? And how did you produce that video? What resources did you utilize to produce that? And if you would, could you share it with us on our platform, please?
Well, the first version you saw, first couple, were produced in my office with either my video camera or the camera on the phone.
Okay.
Some of the content I wasn't pleased with the volume and just rehearsing. So what I did was I took that and some other videos I did personally at my office or at home.
Yes, sir.
And I used a combination of photos, the videos, my speaker signature programs.
Who did the voiceover, Rufus?
And a resume, and I sent it to Fever.
Oh, you said you said the Fiverr.
Yeah, Fiverr. Basically, I used a
Fiverr
virtual assistant and gave her all the information, and they produced both of them.
Nice. Okay. Could you give a price point? Share the price point with us of what it took to get that done?
Well, with the information I gave them, I think it was like $75.
$75 to produce a speaker video demo. Rufus, if you could, when you get the opportunity, if you could just upload that through school, and then we want to share that on our platform, man. Let me tell you something. I was blown away. I love it. Again, that's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is that he could have easily had a blockage and said, okay, I have an issue with my speaker video demo. Karis, you just asked me if you don't now Rufus, correct me if I'm wrong. You didn't have any live performance footage in your speaker video demo. Am I correct?
No, not other than what I did. No, I didn't have one in front of an audience.
Exactly.
Everything I've done in front of an audience was years ago when I was an instructor at a law enforcement academy, so and I didn't video any of that.
Got you. Okay, so but I'm telling you, when you see the example of this speaker video demo, if I'm a conference coordinator, I'd be very interested in booking him to speak. It's because of the content that he had in there. It's and Rufus, who did the voiceover for you, by the way?
They did it. The Fiverr.
They did it.
They did it with I guess a robotic voice initially.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they sent it to me, and then they did a live. They sent me an example of the person that was going to do the voiceover, and I said, go with it.
Okay. Now, just for learning purposes, everyone, what did it take to be able to produce that video that Rufus is going to share with us on our platform? It's the 4 stages of managing content. Okay. He sent them some contextual copy. He needed to send them what he wanted them to say. That couldn't come from them. Rufus had to send them that. And I know he took it from his signature programs about leadership, because that's who he is. I could tell by the voiceover. I said, oh, that's him all the way. I know Rufus, by the way, is in our one-on-one coaching program. He's been with us for a long time. Okay. So then it's the contextual copy that he sent them. He sent them pictures. He sent them an infographic, and then they turned it into a video. Those are the 4 stages of managing content. And that's what you should be putting in front of your target buyers at all times. Rufus, what kind of challenges could you share with me? And I know we're almost ready. I know we got a coming up like the mid-July, where we're going to be delivering the final version of your website, your speaker info kit. We're wrapping up all the little finite details. Could you help us? Last question for you. Could you help me understand some of the challenges that you had, your mindset when you first came into the coaching program versus where you are right now? Because you're one of the examples of somebody that is really like pressing the gas and really getting a lot of work done because they're getting ready to go to market. So tell me where you were when you first started versus where you are right now.
Well, one of my challenges, I don't know if anybody else can relate to this. I know you say stay focused. I'm one of those. I'm retired. However, I do some other jobs part-time. So that's been one of my challenges. And for certain tasks, I use an assistant. So just getting a consistent person to work with me to follow up on some things when I'm busy. But that's been the biggest challenge, and basically just learning the business. I think after doing all this, the speaking part may be the easy part. It's the building the business and learning the business, the marketing, and the communication with the event planners and getting that first, second, third, fourth booking.
Correct. And Rufus, don't forget, we have a lot of things that are coming up. Austin's going to be sharing some trainings. You and I are going to have multiple conversations coming up. We want to help you fast track to start booking speaking engagements, and we're in it with you for the long haul, no matter what it takes, to keep teaching you strategies. I just find that, when I have somebody that's like you, and Rufus, by the way, you're one of the busiest retirees we have on our platform. Rufus says he's always working. I'm like, he ain't retired. So, but that's smart. Listen to what he said, everyone. When he started to get busy with doing other things and still, keeping his life moving, he went out and got an assistant. He did his speaker video demo. For those of you who do not understand what just happened, and that's why I asked him. I said, oh, Rufus is on. Let me ask him a question, because I remember seeing his speaker video demo, and I'm telling you, it's one of the best examples that we've ever had on our platform. Now, watch this. We didn't hold a gun to his head and make him put it together. We just gave him the elements that should go in there, and he went out and he just took it and ran with it, and he did a great job. So you're talking about people that always are going to face challenges, and this is what this business is. And Rufus, you're right. I always say in the professional speaking industry, or the speaking industry period, this is the easiest, hardest money you'll ever make in your life. You're right, Rufus. The easy part is doing the facilitation. See, that's where you come from. You're an in-classroom trainer. You are a real teacher. You know how to transfer knowledge. You're not just about the hype part, but the business part. Excuse me. It's been a wonderful ride, you know, teaching you these things, and then also seeing you grow your business to where it is right now. It's all about building the infrastructure. We plan on finishing strong mid-July. I saw you on the calendar, by the way, for I think it was the 3rd, this Friday, and then again on the 11th, I believe.
Yes, I think I'll do it offline, but I think I'm gonna cancel the 3rd and just do that 11th, that Saturday.
Do the 11th. What I got your to-do list, by the way, and I'm probably going to just call you and reach out if I can catch you on before the week is out, and because me and Auston just have some other things that we got to finalize for you, and we'll get all that stuff wrapped up and have it delivered for you definitely by the 11th, without a doubt. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rufus, definitely appreciate you, man. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out, and please upload the video when you can.
Will do.
Okay, thanks, boss. Okay, everybody, we are winding down. We're approaching an hour. Let's do some tech talk with Auston Troyer. Troyer, get in here, man.
How's it going, man?
Man, I love it, man. Did you, bro? When you see the speaker video demo that Rufus is gonna upload, man, it's amazing, man. I mean, he just crushed
I'm
it.
excited to see it.
And for $75, bro, he got somebody to do it for him through Fiverr. You see, this is what we love. That when the student just takes the information that we give them and then they just go and they run with it. And a lot of these challenges that we face, you know, a lot of times we don't know that the information is like right there. So can you speak to this, Auston? A lot of times I believe that people think that their speaker goals are like really, really far away, like light years. Like, okay, I can't afford to speak a video demo. Well, if you can't afford $75, I don't know, maybe not go out to eat 2 times will get you a speaker video demo. Hey, ask us a question. Hey, get the person that Rufus used through Fiverr to do his. This is why we're here, so we can share resources. So Auston, why do you think people put their goals so far out of reach? Why do you think we do that to ourselves as entrepreneurs?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think usually most of the time it's fear and then distraction. So we talked about distractions last time. You know, unless you make a really, really hard effort to prioritize your business and, you know, make the sacrifices that it takes to actually get, you know, a lot of work done in a day, you won't accomplish what you need. So, and then fear, you know, obviously people are scared of failing, and, you know, they're scared of, you know, making the jump and, you know, also letting people down and, you know, not being able to, you know, partake in what the, you know, the social activities and, you know, the normal actions kind of that the rest of the world partakes in, the non-entrepreneurs. And it's real easy to fall back into mediocrity unless, you know, you really want it and you know, you're willing to make those sacrifices. So I think those are the big things. It's fear and you know, the ability to make, you know, get rid of all the distractions and go all in.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I believe that, you know, if people really can't stay locked in, you know, to their goals, and they don't have that habit, it's difficult to get that habit. Like, you know, in all fairness to Rufus had a career as a state trooper. He was also in the military, and, you know, he is a very disciplined person. I mean, I'm not saying that we haven't had a couple of laughs, but Rufus is all about business. He's all about taking care of business. I don't care if he sends an email, if I'm talking to him on the phone. I have the utmost respect for him and Tinamarie Rodriguez, many of our coaches. I see Wayne. Wayne is on the call today. Wayne texted me and told me he was sick. He told me he was sick, and he still made it on the Zoom call. You see, I know who wants it and who doesn't. If you're willing to put forth the work, you're going to get the results. It's just that simple. I didn't get to be the world's #1 speaker coach for no reason. I know what I'm talking about because I have had my nose in it. I've been hip deep in it. I've been up to it in my eyeballs. I've drowned in it. I've been immersed in this business that I love so much called professional speaking. If you love it as much as I do, and then if you got to learn the marketing piece, and you won't have a problem with loving it. Oh, a technical question too, Auston. We're seeing a lot of advancement with a lot of changes being done right now. I just saw a recent article that, you know, Coca-Cola was moving a lot of their advertising dollars around because of, you know, the discrimination and the social injustice, and a lot of things on the technical landscape is changing. What would you say is a great piece of technical advice for our coaching students, you know, to prepare them for possibly what's going to be changing in 2021 when it comes to technology, maybe software, anything like that? Anything that you noticed in the recent future?
Yeah, so I think, so actually I want to add one other point to what we were just talking about. I think the biggest encompassing thing is entrepreneurship and growing your speaker business it's extremely hard, and the important stuff that you need to do, like building the business side of it, it's not necessarily sexy and fun day to day. It's actually grueling and it's painful. So you can't, it's hard to build a habit around that, because, you know, habits, you know, their main reward is kind of that dopamine hit that you get. And you don't really get that from, you know, the grimy part of building a business. So what I've learned is you have to become in love. You have to be in love with the process and be okay. You got to trick your mind to being okay with delayed gratification, because that's all entrepreneurship is. It's delayed gratification. Anything great, anything building a big business takes a very long time.
Yes.
And you got to be willing to, not get that instant gratification. And so, but yeah, to address your other point on kind of emerging tech and staying up to date, I think one important piece I've learned is you need to be careful where you're getting you need to be extremely, extremely specific where you're getting your tech news and your business advice from. You can't be a headline reader, because most of the stuff that you see in the news is garbage, and it's actually being written by people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. And it can really, it can distract you and cause unnecessary anxiety. So one thing I'd say is don't listen to any sort of news, business or not. Just turn off all news. Second, what I would do is plug into, obviously everyone here has speaker focus platform. We're going to be, you can trust us with the tech advice, but you need to find someone that is trustworthy, that actually has deep experience and is using tech to build big businesses and drive a lot of revenue and build a brand. You got to plug into them and listen to what they're saying, and be very, very particular with the information that you're consuming. And once you do, you got to be consuming this every day. So set aside at least an hour a day to be learning the emerging business and tech, training and knowledge. So just constantly be, because that can disrupt your business model. That can put you out of business if you're not staying on top of that stuff. So I set aside like at least an hour every day to just be studying and implementing new tech. Mm-hmm. And so some good sources I'd recommend, it's if you go to thinkwithgoogle.com, has some amazing tech and marketing advice. This is a good, trustworthy place. And then I'd say just, obviously consume everything that we put out with Speaker Focus. And if you have any questions about, if you do see a news article or whatever, and you want us to validate its its importance and its truth, just drop it in our community group, and I'll take a look at it and give you some insight. And I'd say that's the biggest thing, is make sure you're plugged into the right sources and not, because you'll get real distracted easily with fake news and fake tech that's not important.
Okay. All right. I think Rufus has his hand up. Let me see if he has a question. I'll get back to you, Troy.
Cool.
Rufus, you had another question? some reason his audio is not unmuting. Rufus, are you there? You might have to type in your question. For some reason, I'm not sure why. It looks like you have your hand up to ask a question. Oh, no, he doesn't.
I think it might have been up from the previous
question.
Oh,
It might have been up from the previous. Okay, all right. Sorry about that. For some reason, I saw the blue hand up. I just wanted to make sure nobody else had a question. Okay, Troy, we're going to wrap up this session. And we've been talking about the biggest challenges that you face to grow your speaker business. You know, I always like to bring in my business partner, Auston, because, you know, by no means that, you know, either one of us, you know, create this platform, you know, as a solo act. We came together for a reason. You know, we clearly saw and respected each other's expertise, and my soft skills of being a professional speaker and Auston's technical skills and being able to drive traffic, paid traffic, and, you know, online sales and generating revenue and understanding the technical aspect is what's allowed me to become a better entrepreneur. And it's allowed our platform to be the #1 go-to platform for speaker marketing ever created in the history of business. And we are not going to squander this opportunity by misguiding you or misleading you. Now, here's the beautiful part. I want to end the call with this. One of the biggest challenges that we face, and also you can jump in here. I want to let you actually end the call, because one of the biggest challenges I see when you do a Google search on something, you're going to pull up the worst that you've ever seen about speaking, anywhere from weak, vague, outdated content. It's going to be very thin. It's going to be some repackaged BS that somebody rehashed from years ago. And you're gonna reach a point of higher level marketing in the speaking industry. It's something wrong with that when you do a Google search. Because if it was that easy, you could do a Google search and you wouldn't have to pay for a coaching program. But it doesn't work like that. Now, we created the online platform so it had the machine learning module in it with the search functionality very similar to Google or Amazon. So Auston, why is it that the search functionality on our growing platform is more concise or more focused than it is when you do a Google search?
Well, so I've been on the other side. So anything that you see on Google, at least most of the top results, they've been manipulated to get up there, because it can be a great traffic source for businesses. And I've been on the other side of that, creating or working with content creators to get businesses content on Google and get it ranked high, so that when someone searches a question, you know, let's say a software related question, it'll make sure that, you know, a company's software shows up first with a piece of content. Now, what you'll see is in that content creation process, it doesn't really matter what you write. And most of the writers, they kind of just rehash what they see in other people's posts. And usually they just grab it from random blog posts and they don't fact check any of it. And they just do it so that they can manipulate that. So anything you see on Google, you have to fact check it and see if the people that wrote this have gotten the results that you're looking for and actually know what they're talking about. And, you know, obviously in our platform, everything that we put out, you can be sure that we've tested it thoroughly in our market. And that's why we're so adamant about anything that's one of our core values at our company. Anything that we're teaching, we need to have tested thoroughly and actually proven it out. And that's not necessarily the case on Google. You can write anything you want, and as long as you know how to manipulate the search engine, you can, you know, with backlinking and stuff like that, you can easily get your article, your content to the top of Google without any of the information actually being valid. So that's the biggest thing is, you know, we fact check everything. And, you know, obviously there's content on Google that is actually good, but you don't have to worry about taking the time to do the fact checking with our platform, because all the content in our platform is going to be tried and true.
Correct. All right, Auston, as always, man, I appreciate your partnership and your technical expertise and sharing it with our platform. Because I can tell you right now, people, if you ask me some of the stuff that Auston knows, I'm gonna be looking at you like the deer in the headlight, because I'm going to school just like you are. So listen, it's always great to connect with you on Monday. We're going to wrap up the call now. Remember that what we were talking about today were the biggest challenges that you face in your speaking career. We are here to help you deal with those challenges. I don't care what it is, from the smallest to the biggest. One thing's for sure, these things and these to-do lists that we have, these things are difficult to overcome, but not impossible. You have a platform where me and Auston have the willingness, we have the technical expertise, we have the experience, we have all of the knowledge on our platform. And we are taking full advantage of making sure that we are very excited about the new way in which we're adding content. We're always making it bigger. We're always improving. And we will continue to do so for the rest of the duration that we are partners, which is going to be for a lifetime. This is something that is like a perfect storm. It never happens where you have people meet each other and they treat each other like family. There's love, there's camaraderie, there's respect. It's a brotherhood. And we pass that right along to all of you. So keep your head in the speaking game. It always should be something to do. If you're not sure what to do after you look at the modules, send the questions directly through our platform, our private coaching platform through school. And it's a growing community of lifelong learning and continuous education. And me and Auston will answer those questions. There we go. Okay, Karis. Oh, by the way, Karis, we will be sharing the link that Rufus is going to have for his speaker video demo. And we will be sharing also with Ericka. Ericka, we also will be sharing more information about, I believe I'm going to do a class coming up on how to create your headlines, topics, titles, and descriptions and create your signature programs, because a lot of people are still struggling with that, and the messaging is vitally important. We got more coming up for you next week. I want everyone to stay focused. Those who are very close to going to market and getting your sales tools finished, I want to thank you for your stick-to-itiveness. I want to thank you for keeping your head down. Just stay focused. Like Auston said early in the call, it seems like it's not going to ever happen, but this is a long process, but it's well worth it when you get the entire thing built out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the world's #1 speaker coach, KTR, on the world's #1 platform for speaker marketing. And my business partner, Auston Troyer, is simply the very best when it comes to digital marketing and technical advice. We do it all for you. We are here for your success. We want to see you at #1. And listen, stay focused on your goals and dreams. Get your homework done. Keep your head in those modules and keep sliding back the toolbar and going over it and over it and over again. And if you're not practicing your signature programs at least 5 to 10 times a day, I don't know what the hell you're doing with your time. You've got to commit this information inside your data bank. You've got to know your content, because the conference coordinator is going to want to know that content when you get on the phone with them. We're here for you 100%. Send those questions through our platform, and we'll see you next week. Thanks so much for checking in with us, and thanks for all the feedback and all the data that you share with us every single week. We need it. It helps us grow. Whether or not it's good or bad, we want it. Talk to us, talk to us, talk to us. We want to help you grow. I'll see you next week.